Hello and welcome, my darling Scorpio. Scorpio, this is your card in the tarot. It is the Death card. Your mantra is, oh my gosh, what is your mantra? Is I create. Oh, that's right. I create, the master adventurer. All right, my Scorpios, how could I forget? You know, when I get pumped up for your reading, I almost always pick Blaze of Glory by Bon Jovi. I hope that means something to you. I also want to say thank you very much for all the subscribers. You guys have been wonderful. I'm halfway to monetizing, halfway to actually transitioning to be a full-time card and tea lady. I dream about being a day walker and just pulling all my energy from out of crunching numbers in an office building from a 9 to 5 for somebody else and actually being able to put my energy into this channel. I just want to give everything away for free as much as possible. And I've just begun personal readings. I do charge for personal readings as a service currently. I will always give away free ones, so email me if you care to have a free personal reading here and there. So please, I do love connecting with you one-on-one. It is just quite a joy. But please continue to like, subscribe, comment, tip a donate, book a personal reading at qclovers@gmail.com. I will also be doing some bonus readings for all 12 signs for the weekend readings coming up for Labor Day weekend. I'll post those by Friday. Okay, this is also your energy and card reading for the week of August 26th through September 1st, 2019. This is a general reading for my Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, or House positions, but the stories will not apply to all. Do hang around for collective sign messages. Alright, me being the Queen of Clovers, my readings tend to focus on life, craft, action, nurturing ourselves and others, and using our will for the highest good and calling. Scorpio. Scorpio, you just pull on any energy you can grab onto, so I'm not sure how you're feeling. I'm all mixed up from that full moon in Aquarius still. But now we're coming into the Sun in Virgo. Virgo season has begun on August 23rd. This is a period of devotion, practicality, cleaning up all our life's messes, which you've been doing all summer, but also retreating from distractions and, hunkering down. And it's kind of hard to do during a back-to-school season, but eventually we will get into that rhythm. But if you follow the course of the summer, which your summer has been wild, Scorpio, we began with Cancer topics close to home and family in June after the summer solstice. Then we moved into Leo season, and that was all humba-dumba, spiritual, guru, what have you. And that was just to make sure we were following our heart, charging our hearts to make sure we were following it all times. And now we're in Virgo season. This is a physically motivated season, which I know you just want to create. I always forget that because you're always just moving. Scorpio loosely defines creation. But this is painting the picture of what you want life to be. It is that external life becomes a reflection of your internal life and vice versa. And it's just earthly grounding of all the summer energy before we hit Libra season and move into a whole autumnal lessons. But of course, I'm just going to do basic reading. I'm going to do the energy you're coming into the reading with, the energy that's going to hit you this week, and then the results of that energy. And of course, some advice from Spirit, and then some details from the cartomancy. Okay, I have shuffled enough. You know, these cards are just big for my little itty bitty hands, but they're just so good. I just like to read them. And then when I get to clarify in the personal readings, oof. All right, Scorpio, what are we making, huh? Making. I have the Four of Swords. It's a resting card, a timeout card. Don't worry, it's not too much of a stop because it's just something you need to think over, something you need to sleep on, and you still have your sword at your hilt, Scorpios. Your stingers at the ready. Oh. Ooh, not celebrating. Not at all. If you're resting that hard, you feel like you're building your strength. Building your strength. knowing where to apply it. This feels like that, remember Leo season, that beast over man kind of feeling, and it feels like you're kind of like trying to invoke both at the same time, and it feels I get this energy sometimes, and you guys are powering up for something, and it's because you have this earthy energy coming in. You feel like it's time to make a change, but there's a bit of a pause in the action. That could be why I feel like a little bit of nervous energy with the Hanged Man. This is a pause, a necessary pause in the action, something you have to wait for, something that you might have to think through or strategize before the physicality of it begins. It's just, and that's like a precariously perched kind of position that you're about to put yourself in. And so you really need to think it over before you step into the whole drama of it. And it's the Queen of Swords. This is absolute truth. No bullshit. And I'm ready to I'm ready to slice your tongue off if you give me bullshit. Because right now you're very conceptualizing, so I'm not surprised at that. I could pull that inner energy. Of course, it could be a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius around you, giving you that energy, talking you down while you're really just trying to lift up your plans and goals. But no, this feels more like you're talking yourself up, and your detractors be gone. It's a strategizing week. It's a thinking week. And if this energy feels a little tough for you, my loves, it feels like, Knight of Pentacles, slow energy, getting the backing you need for whatever you're about to jump into, whatever concept you've been inspired with that you want to move forward on. And look, the results of all that. So this week is all going to be about strategizing and planning and thinking it over, meditating on what you really want this to be. And then you're going to have to come into the Empress and ground it with the Ace of Pence. It's going to have to be something you work for with this Ace of Pence in reverse, and you're going to be stepping out of the norm of what is considered maybe socially acceptable, maybe stepping out of that 9 to 5 and going for something just a little bit more risque, a little more exciting, but nonetheless, you still have the blessing to move forward. It's just not going to have the funding you might want behind it. And it's going to you feel this is going to be burdensome. And with the King of Swords, you feel like you don't have to explain nothing either with that Queen of Swords. But even more so, you don't have to explain anything, especially the fact that you need to get out of the past. Whatever you were doing before, it really flipped you upside down. It didn't really do you well. And again, you could have that Gemini, Libra, Aquarius in your energy, and it could just be somebody that just, it makes you just, they want you to go the deeply trodden path, and they'll help you out if you go that way, but if you go another way, they won't. And you're releasing that burden by taking charge of your life, by actually planning it in a way that isn't so normal. It's a little more rebellious, so you're going to have to do it on your own. Yeah, this is like somebody who's like, oh, I love you, I'll help you, but not if you become a musician. Kind of energy for it's that separation from that grounding. You're going to ground yourself and your desires so that you can swords that away, slice away the anchors to that are holding you back entirely. A lot of readings this week have this message, just realizing how controlled people are by money, or how people influence you by helping you out financially, but with conditions. So does it really help? Let's see what Spirit has to say about it. Some Spirit messages. Some advice from my Scorpios to get through this. Let's pull this one and this one. Oof. Yeah. As I said, you're coming into I have the 10 of Wands and the Moon in reverse. You're coming into some knowledge that you're not following your own light with the Hermit card in reverse for the Virgo season. Yep, my Scorpios. Yeah. This is just the story I was telling, man. You're coming in, you're finding that what you thought might have been helping you fly with this Ten of Wands, the Ten of Burdens, was holding you down, was really just, somebody was weighing on you. Somebody was killing you with the way things they thought they should be, with how they were guiding you, how they were kind of nudging you along with those wands, so much so they had to stick them through your little birdie body when you were trying to fly. This is that moon card. This is coming out of the dark and going into the light. You're in a place of knowing right now with this card in reverse, because you're moving towards the light. Even as the darkness returns, as the secrets are re-hidden, you still have the light of inner knowing, see? So it's coming into this information of you were guided to not follow your own light for the sake of money, for the sake of being able to pay some bills. And you're done with that. You're absolutely done with that. This, the Hermit card is the Virgo card in reverse, and you need to be following your own light. And you're like, it's kind of hard because you know right now you have a balanced money system. You're paying your bills. You're making money at the same time, and it feels good, but you're not following your own light, so it's kind of like, who cares, Scorpio? That's how you feel. You just... it's the burdens of living life, you know, the life of the man or woman, you know, just doing what you're supposed to do. You've mastered it, and you've mastered it, and it's time to move on. Yeah, for your Nine of Pentacles, High Priestess in reverse. Oh, this is looking for action. This is, okay, you're going to work your way up. You're going to... Nine of Pentacles it and be able to be the self-made man or woman, but it's going to take you out of some of your spiritual energy. So remember that when you do this, be careful of losing your intuition, your High Priestess energy. Remember, I was talking about Scorpio since May. You can pull on any energy you want, and this earthen energy is very heavy to you. And it's sinking deep inside you, and basically you might take it on a little too much and lose that ability. So that's just a warning from Spirit, but you will be able, you have ways of taking care of yourself, of being your own provider, of mastering your own kingdom, your own land, you know, and yeah, you're going to put that full force, but again, don't forget your Spirit is with you as well. Ooh, Scorpios. You kind of took this information really well, this lighting up this information about your life, because frankly, you weren't even pissed about it. You were just like, oh, I see how that is. I guess I got to do this. That's exactly the energy I'm picking up from you, Scorpio. I guess this is where we're going, kind of thing, because damn, that's where I want to be. Oh, Scorpio, Scorpio. I got Queen of Hearts in your energy. Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces in the upright. Somebody is going to be backing you. That could be your energy, your full... It's very sensual, too. It's sly energy. Yeah, you're coming into just this information, like this inspiration, this information with this Ace of Swords is bringing you total happiness. Total happiness. It's lifted a weight from your heart. It's like, I know all summer long Scorpios have been working on, I got to take care of my family, I got to take care of my bills, I got to get set from a future. Even if you're single, it's that sense of I got to take care of my business, I got to take care of things, because, you know, clear out my energy for good, better things, because I want things, and I feel like I can have them. But you kept coming up with this blocking energy. This is clearing that energy. Clearing that energy. Yes, Nine of Swords pops up, removing what no longer serves you. Remember, I told you those swords were coming in. You're going to be cutting shit out. It's going to be a little painful. There's going to be some things you don't want to do. You don't want to take a leap of faith. You don't want to remove them because they do benefit you, but not that much, because the Devil card did not pop up in the tarot spread here. It's not going to hurt as much as you feel it's going to, but the severance is going to happen. You're going to make it happen because there's just things you want in life that, you just don't want to wait anymore. And you actually have been working on it, and now you're like, oh, and this is the problem? This is the why things haven't been going well? And you're just like, oh, mother cracker. You're going to work on it. This is the Jack of Diamonds in reverse, which could be the entrepreneurial card. You might, like I said, might not have the funding you want. Scorpio, you've been through some lax times this summer as well, since I started reading. And sometimes you just got to tighten the belt. You're so used to it that you're like, okay, here we go. 9 of Cups, that is going to bring you a wish come true. You're going to tighten your belt to make this possible. And it might be a time tightening as well, as far as like, I can't hang out at the bar as much with my buddies, or I can't hang out with, I can't just wander around on the internet as much as I like. I've got to like buckle it up, tighten it up, because you're making this energetic change, you're clearing this, you realize it's like taking those swords and cutting the brambles in front of the path so you can get you and your cart through and continue on your journey. And you've been stuck there for a while, and now, oh yeah, remember I said I didn't pull that Devil energy? There it is, that King of Diamonds, that CEO card. But this is somebody who has money. This is somebody who has power over somebody else too. And it is a very Capricorn Devil card, but it could be a Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. And, but this is that person that I told you. This is more likely the person that I told you that does support you financially. Absolutely, I'll help you out, sweetie. I love you oh so much, Mom or Dad. But they have conditions or requirements that are your greatest impediment. And you're going to have to give it up. You're looking at your options, a lot of your options, the one that's going to feed your heart the most. And you kind of know what it is. I feel like you have this inkling of like, I've already really picked my cup with the 7 of Cups in reverse. I know what I want. I'm just going to have to give up a couple things to get it. I'm just going to have to, just a couple things, and it may not even be forever, but it's things that you can't have for yourself, It really is. It's things you can't have for yourself. And there's some things that are going to be harder than others to give up, but yeah, you're going to King of Swords it. I definitely are pulling on this energy. This is the energy of, yeah, I know what needs to be here, and I know what doesn't need to be here for the protection of my kingdom. And I'm building a kingdom, my own kingdom, and a different kind of kingdom with a different philosophy and thought. And it's going to contradict some people, and it's going to create some chaos, but I think that might be a little bit of an adventure alone for my Scorpios that they can indulge this one time. Even though you're not really into as much gossipy. Well, that's not true. Alright, my Scorpios, you're just darlings with this, ending with this card. It's like you figured out how to build your own kingdom. And, yep, block gone. Time to build your own kingdom. Alright, thank you for sharing your energy with me. Please like, subscribe, comment, share, tip or donate if the spirit moves you. Book a personal reading. Clovers1111@gmail.com, and look out for those bonus Labor Day weekend readings coming up. Be posted by Friday. Have a great week.